broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey! Hey BCs, welcome to the AFTERBUZZ Beauty and the Beast After Show. We are so glad to have you back with us again. Hopefully you are joining us live, and if you are, you can tweet us using our Twitter handles and the hashtag ABTVBATB. All right, I'm Alikona Bradford, and my Twitter handle is BoysAndBeauty01. I will explain that all later, but first, let's get to know our other co-host.
Hi everyone, I'm Janeisha, and you can find me on Twitter at Janeisha_MissVI.
That's right, so by tweeting us, first follow, then tweet, you can be our co-host this evening, and we can have fun together. If you're watching this on a delay, no fears. We appreciate you watching us on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You can also listen to the podcast.
Yes.
Hiya! Okay, so let's get into the show.
I mean, tonight was an amazing show.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yes,
so.
a lot. They crammed a lot in tonight. I'm actually really glad. But I will say this, when they first started the show, and you have Vincent Cat in the coffee shop, and she's obsessing over Carol, half of me was like, girl, give it up. Then the other half went, well, there's foreshadowing for what this episode's about.
My first reaction to Kat was, you're obsessing way too much. Like, I was just like,
It's annoying, right?
It's really annoying. And then I think like Vincent too was just like, could we just get off of this and lead like normal lives? I kind of felt like, okay, is this episode going to be this again? 'Cause
Right.
it's kind of been that for the last couple of episodes, but I guess now we see why, because Bob and Carol really showed up.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, it's just funny because, you know, Carol was intentionally just scooting by with her little blonde, you know, scooting by. And every time Kat would just stop whatever she was doing. Carol, I'm like, girl, stop. And when she left her new partner, I mean, not to jump ahead, but she had a brand new partner and straight up just walks.
She totally ditched him.
Like, hello? Safe much? No?
I mean, okay, in Catherine's defense, I mean, she was shot at by these folks.
Okay,
they
good.
were trying
Yeah.
to take her out. So,
This is true.
I mean, it's okay. I guess I could kind of understand why she's obsessing. She obsessed so much with it. And then again, she's trying to protect Vincent. But it's just like, at the same time, it's too much. Like,
Right.
you know, can we just
Calm it
tone it
down.
down a little bit? Just
Right.
a little bit, you know? But again, she ended up being right. And everybody else who was like, okay, Kat, calm down. We're like, sorry.
Right.
We should have listened to you and your concerns. So, you know?
I will say this. I'm glad that you said that she's always trying to protect Vincent, because sometimes I feel like he's a man. He's okay. And I think you almost have programmed him to be dependent. Oh, God. I didn't want to talk about codependency, but here I am. He was right, stupid psychiatrist. Anyway, but I feel like they've created that. Like, he just feels Catherine is the only thing that can save me. I can't do it on my own. And she feels like, well, I'm the only one that can do this, guys. I have to be there.
I saw that. And for the first time when he was expressing to JT that he was concerned that Kat was not there to pull him back. And, you know, it took for his best friend to be like, listen, you got this. You
Right.
just need to remember why you need to, you know, not, you know, lose your humanity over this, you know? So I'm happy that I'm happy that he was able, I guess we're jumping ahead, that he was able to see that he could do this on his own, you know, and
Right.
be that man without having Kat constantly having to be there for him.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Well, speaking of best friends, Tess and Kat got into it.
They sure did.
And again, at the same time, because we were all on the fence about what was really happening, I thought, girl, leave your best friend alone. Like, I know you need her help, but at the same time, you really are going to jeopardize her position. And it's just not fair. It's such a hard position to be in if you think of it from Tess's shoes, because you want to help your friend, but at the same time, you're like, you're making me look real bad.
At the same time, she does make Tess look really good, actually.
Yeah, in the end.
In the end. But I think too, everyone's forgetting that this is a real problem. Like, her life's at stake, Vincent's life is at stake,
Right.
JT's life is at stake, even Tessa's at some point. So her concerns are valid, and I think, yeah, I get it, Tess, like your job and this is your career and you just became captain. But sometimes if Kat's track record proves that, you know, she's usually right about these instincts, then maybe, just maybe, Tess needs to, okay, you know, look into what Kat is concerned about. Just because in the past, usually what she's concerned about pans out. So...
Right. Well, we have a comment from one of our Beastie co-hosts at Billie Jean Girl 18 says, "What do you think of Tess in this episode? Do you think being captain has gone to her head?" No, I don't think so either. I think that she's so brand new in this position. She doesn't want to fluff anything up. So she's really trying to go by the rules because she knows that all this chaos is somehow... potentially it could ruin things. So I think she's just, you know, when you're brand new at a job, you don't want to mess up. So until you really get into your flow, you're really trying to just do a good job.
Yeah, she's walking on eggshells right now, you know, making sure she's doing everything by the book, which is right. When you, like you said, when you get a new job, you want to make sure you're doing everything by the book.
Right.
However, that is like Tess explains, those are not the only things going on in the department, you know, in the streets of New York. So she has to be concerned about everything that's going on. So I get that. However, she also, again, needs to sometimes listen to Kat, I think. Yeah.
Here's the thing about, this is how I felt about Tess this episode. So when she had the conversation with Catherine, leave JT alone. He needs to figure out what's going on.
She got a little catty.
But you know what? Here's the thing. I understand because JT does get everybody else's homework, if you will. When he's trying to figure out his own stuff, I still stand by the statement I made last episode, which is he has the right to be worried, and you guys aren't letting him handle his business because now you guys are so codependent on JT.
I agree. Like, again, what about JT? Nobody's concerned about JT, and JT needs to figure out what's going on with him. And he's always taking care of everybody else's problems. Right. So it's unfair. And I like that Tess put her foot down. Listen, leave my man alone.
Right. But I was so mad at Catherine when she turned around. Literally, the second she walked out of the office and was like, boop, 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 boop. Hey, JT. Really, girl? You couldn't go in the bathroom and do that? Of course Tess saw you.
But the funniest thing was when JT just was like, oh, I gotta go. And it just hung up on her because Tess texted him. And I just was like, okay, he's loyal to his girl. He's listening to his girl. That was cute.
But at the same time, Tess is still this very much... They keep her as a very masculine figure, and I understand she is formerly a detective, now she's a captain, yada, yada, yada. In fact, season 1, they kept her very rough, and then all of a sudden season 2, she got a haircut, they finally did her brows, but on the inside, she is still this hard woman, and I think... And I hope that JT is the one that's going to slowly chip away at that, because there were times when she talked to JT, and look, I understand, you had a rough day, but I'm like, girl, quit being so mean to your man.
She's so mean. But I will say this. I like that she got really, like, when she found out that, you know, JT might be hurt, might be, you know, in danger, she lashed out and she was just ready to defend her man. So I thought it was so cute.
I mean, even as an actor, I thought, what a fantastic scene. She did a great job with that. But I was gonna say, just in conclusion to that, it's like she doesn't necessarily know how to emote her love in a very soft, tender way. So even though it comes out mean and aggressive and whatever, inside, you know, she just really cares about him.
She does.
Doesn't know how to express it.
She loves him. They love each other. It's the cutest thing.
Love you too. You can't go kiss him?
No, it's exciting for them. It's like a cat and mouse chase type of vibe sometimes. So I think it's cute.
Yeah.
It's super cute.
Yeah. Somebody else had asked earlier too if we thought that JT's powers were gone for good. That was too easy.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably something we'll see in the next episode. So maybe we can leave that for predictions. But yeah, I don't think his powers are gone, but I do think he's going to be part of something else.
It may have altered something. I don't think it's gone.
Yeah, I don't think it's gone either.
Especially because if that were the case, I mean, Bob and Carol were out for this serum, which we find out that's why. We knew there was motivation. We knew they were working for somebody, but we didn't realize they were trying to make a trade for their life, which means I feel like they knew what that serum is going to do at the end of the road. So JT knows-ish, but he doesn't know.
But the thing is, I don't think that Bob and Carol knew that JT has these super healing powers.
I don't think so either.
Because if that's the case, they probably would have just caught him. But
right.
No, I am curious to see what happens with JT. I do think, again, it's going to play a big part probably in the next episode. I'm not sure.
Right. Okay, so we started talking about Bob and Carol, but obviously the plan was to divide and conquer.
No codependency.
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job, but it also, I think, was a great lesson for the two to know that they can work apart. Yes, they're stronger together, but they can definitely kick butt separate.
Yes, I agree.
So what did you think about the fight scene? As far as, so Catherine figures, got to keep everybody in the dark. That's how we slow stuff down so they can't anticipate us. But when they had, I'll let you answer the question. How about that? I'll let you answer the question.
Oh, first of all, Kat is so tiny, but she kicks butt. Like,
Yes.
she really does. And every time she has a fight scene, I'm just like, you go, girl. Like, woohoo,
Yeah.
But I liked the fight scene. I was a little concerned as to how they were seeing each other if it was pitch black.
Right.
But it worked out. I mean, she was able to bring her out in handcuffs, which was super dope to me.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the dark thing obviously took away the power, if you will, for her to be able to anticipate the movement. But at the end of the day, it is still dark, and that is still a handicap between both of them.
you. Yeah.
And at one point, when their silhouettes were fighting, I thought, this is cool.
But you can't really see
I
what's
can't see
going on.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can tell that one is shorter and one's taller, so I know that one's Kat, and I know that one is Carol. But outside of that, sometimes when they hit a shadow, it's like...
Yeah, it was a lot going on. At first, I was like, this is cool. This is a cool little fight scene.
Yeah.
But like you said, I couldn't see anything. So I was like,
It was a bit of a bummer.
yeah. Well,
And then caught in the midst of everything was brand new partner, little baby
Wesley,
boy.
Yeah.
He's adorable.
He is.
But boy, don't you question your senior partner.
I agree. I think he learned the hard
That's
way.
why you got shot. Boo. You just follow orders.
He sure did learn the hard way. So we say, who don't hear this feel? So yeah, he definitely felt it.
But it's funny is like I felt that one coming as soon as he stopped to have a conversation, and she's like, we're in trouble. Is it this Carol girl again? What's going on really? Is this a test?
This invisible Carol. Well,
Invisible Carol sure has good aim, don't she?
he learned today. Yes.
I'm wondering though, I mean, obviously Wesley got shot.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if he is going to continue to be your partner and we're going to see more of this character?
I think so. I have a prediction about that. So I'm going to leave that for later.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he'll still be around for a little bit. It's kind of, I don't think they're going to kick him off after one episode, but we'll see.
I mean, you never know.
You never know, but I don't think so.
Well, so we got Catherine out of the way when they got separated, but now let's talk about Vincent, because that was a whole adventure on its own.
Yeah, it was. I think Vincent was he obviously was super nervous. That's why he reached out to JT. And even though they're trying this whole not being codependent, at the end of the day, I think they love being, dependent on each other. So why not just embrace it?
I don't think it's unhealthy though. I mean, the way the show positioned it, it made it seem like this is such an unhealthy thing. You guys are terrible, whatever. And it's like, no, they do work well as a team together, and they do fight better together. Who doesn't work better in a pair versus by yourself?
I agree. And then for a relationship, if you and your partner can work together, function together, be together, and still not get bored and still have all this attraction shit, why not? Like, just do it. I guess every once in a while you might want to find time to have boy time,
Alone
girl
time.
time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, if you can do all of that and your relationship is still as strong as ever, I don't see the problem.
I concur.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say is what we just talked about earlier, as far as Vincent just having the confidence to know that he can control his beast without her.
Yeah.
But when he went out there, because he was going to that retreat or what have you to volunteer, right?
Yeah, the outreach for the hospital.
There we go. Wouldn't you question that nobody else is, like, no one's there, no one cars, carpool? Anybody? Carpool?
In the woods, some random place. Yeah, no.
Didn't even occur to
It
him.
was so suspicious from the second that Vincent stepped on the property, and I was just like, And of course, his beastly instincts, made him stay and realize that something was going down. I found it interesting that, Bob was testing to see if Vincent was a certain type of beast.
Right.
So I'm curious to know what that means, when
He had to be a special beast.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I thought it was interesting that, first of all, he had his old flip phone. And he was like, let's see. Test number 1. Check. Let's shoot some arrows. Test number 2. Check. You passed that one. I mean, these tests are not exactly what most normal people would do anyway, so I don't really think it accomplished much, but that's just me.
And then, I mean, yeah, he was questioning his morality. So,
Okay, but who wouldn't feel bad if a dude is dying over there? Wouldn't you?
apparently not a beast, like a beast.
Oh, I get it. But he wasn't in beast mode yet, so he's still thinking like a human.
Yeah, I guess he's trying, I don't know, maybe he was trying to see, I don't know what the special part of what he was looking for when it came to Vincent. So I guess we'll find out probably in the next episode, but I am curious to know exactly what the difference is with Vincent and maybe some of the other beasts that they've had. I guess the morality.
His humanity. Which was interesting. This is what I found interesting. So as Bob is having the conversation with Vincent between trees, and he's talking to him about his humanity, his this and his that, and I'm like, how long have you been spying on him? Or did I miss a conversation? Maybe my memory just doesn't serve me correctly, but I feel like he just knew so much about what Vincent's personal issues are.
So did Carol. Did you hear her? Yeah.
Right. Well, Carol tried to pin it off on, in the short time we were working together, we figured out all this stuff. And that was a really short time to figure all that out.
I don't know. So maybe it's been longer than they knew, that they've been watching them, paying attention to their schedule and everything that they're doing on a day-to-day basis. I'm not sure, but that'd be interesting to see if maybe it'd be nice to see them maybe flash back to some of the earlier episodes with Bob and Carol and show some stuff. I don't know.
Right.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Co-hosts. So what do you guys think about Bob and Carol? Make sure you're tweeting at us so that we know. And then also, too, we'll get back into just the whole situation between the tests, after the test, the poor victim that Vincent actually tries to help, and the guy shoots. Like, dude, really? Was that really necessary?
It wasn't. And Vincent was like, really? Like, did you
have to shoot him?
have to shoot him? I felt so bad after seeing that.
Yeah.
But I mean, Bob obviously didn't care. What I could not figure out, and I kind of jotted this down, I was wondering, why didn't they just try to work with Vincent and Kat to figure out how they can go after these folks that are testing on everyone? Because they obviously are not on the same team with them. They're trying to bring in Vincent to save their behinds. So why not just work with them and find out, I figure out a way to get to these folks and save everyone's behind. I just found it to be weird that they would just rather kill innocent people to save themselves, or to at least capture Vincent and kill Kat. It just didn't make any sense to me.
I feel like they were at a point of desperation. So when you're desperate, you do stupid things. Why they wouldn't trust them in the beginning, I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially when even Carol had said, you guys just remind us so much of us. Okay, well then why wouldn't you want to work with them?
Yeah.
Or they just don't trust people.
Or maybe at that point it was probably a little too late too, because they did kill the DHS agent, and so I guess they were probably already looking for them to arrest them, lock them up. So
Right.
I don't know, but still, I just felt like they did so much crazy stuff. They could have just easily just worked with them.
Right. And at the point once Carol was caught, Catherine was trying to work with her and say, look, let's team up.
Yeah.
And I got so mad at Carol, and I knew this was going to happen anyways, but when she had said to Catherine, where Vincent's at, your love can't save him. And you're like, Trick, actually, where your boo is at, your love can't save him.
There you go. Bye-bye, Bob.
Exactly. But Carol was so matter of fact. I'm thinking, probably not.
No, let's talk a little bit about that. When Kat came down and she saw what happened by watching Kat's eyes, and just literally that broke my heart a little bit. Sad. I felt bad.
It was sad and funny all at the same time. I'm not gonna lie. Only because she got up and you see sad. You're like, whoa, wait, what just happened? What happened?
She sure did stop her heart rate. Like, she was just like, I'm done. He's gone. I have no purpose to live.
Sad. That was really
sad.
sad though. Yeah. And yeah, I do think they could have handled it in such a better way of handling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
I will say, though, that I wasn't really sure if Bob was dead or not.
I wasn't either. Okay, let's just talk about JT's plan.
Yeah.
Because JT that's not what I thought the plan was going to be, honestly, jumping in front of a truck.
He's a little crazy.
It worked. I love the message that he left for a test, because he stuttered the whole way just to get that out. But I'm glad that he did.
I know. It was an intense little moment. He's like, I love you. Oh my God.
I've been meaning to tell. But when he does jump in front of the truck and Bob decides he's gonna run him over, and Vincent's in the back all chained up. We didn't even talk about how he got darted and knocked out, but I thought that was a great moment for Jay Ryan as an actor, screaming out to JT like, no. And at the same time, everyone's always trying to save JT too.
Yeah.
JT, even Tess demoted him at one point. Or was it, I think it was Tess when she said, Cat can kick butt, Vincent's a beast, so-and-so is so-and-so, and you can heal.
You're the guy with the super healing powers. That's it. I was like, give him some credit. He saved everybody in a different way.
Right.
Of course, being in the lab and coming up with all these solutions and antidotes and all of this stuff. Like, let's give JT some credit, please.
Exactly.
But I also get it too. Like, Tess is all about, kicking butt. So she's like, you can't really do much.
Yeah.
But heal. So.
Yeah. She really does think she wears the pants in the relationship.
She does. She sure does.
Oh, wow.
But I do think his plan was a little reckless, stupid, as Tess would call it. But, it definitely...
Was it really, though? Because it's not like he didn't know he can heal.
Yes, but look at it now. He may have... What did he say? He put his healing powers into overdrive or, like, shock or something.
Right.
So he did too much.
Right.
And so now we don't know what's going to happen because he was a little reckless.
Was that the plan? Because here's the thing, when he was talking on the phone to Tess, or he wasn't talking, leaving her a message, and he had said to her, I think I have a plan that might help both of us, and he said something about something. So when I say help both of us, maybe part of the plan was to overpower his system, just like the heart, and see what happens.
That makes sense.
It's quite possible. Our co-host... Billie Jean Girl 18 is chiming in again. She says, what do you think of JT's new power to be able to see in the dark? That was cool.
It was super cool. Yeah.
All his powers are definitely not expected and so super random.
No, I like how Tess was like, wait, so you can see in the dark now? And I was like,
But you know what? I don't necessarily think it was see in the dark because it wasn't dark in the room. I think that was misworded because really he could see this highlighter pen that only worked in purple lights or black light.
The black light, yeah.
So it's something else. I would have called it X-ray vision or something.
Or night vision, maybe.
There you go, night vision. But that's definitely...
It's still super cool, though.
Yes. So, Beasties, there's a whole entire conversation going on. That's another cool thing about this hashtag, if you are watching us live, is that everybody in the hashtag is a part of the conversation. So I'm seeing people talking back and forth to each other about what's going on in the show. So that's pretty cool. Just bringing the community a lot closer. Now, let's see what Empress Beastie has to say. I thought Bob and Carol... were some nutcases in love.
They were.
I mean, for lack of better words, yes, they are. At Carabero9 says, A to the men. I said that. Yeah, that's very true. Let's see what else. Shanna, I hope I'm saying your name right, at Shanna Johnson. Do you think Carol's vulnerability was genuine? She found out that Bob, even though she was willing to kill Vincent. Did I not read that correctly?
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
I didn't either. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. Do you think Carol's vulnerability was genuine when she found out Bob, even though she was... I don't know. No, I don't understand. I'm so sorry.
We'll try to figure that one out.
Sometimes
Reword
things
it a little
happen
bit.
in Twitter. It's okay. Yeah, it happens. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So let's see. What else do we need to talk about? I mean, we lightly touched about JC's stunt. He's slightly healed. So he at first was burning up. Now he's super chilly. And Tess decides to punch him in the chest. Really, girl? I get that here's the thing. I understand that the writers are really playing off of the two actors' chemistry, and they do have that really unique relationship, and it's fun and it's cute and it's lighthearted, but at the same time, when you really think about a romantic relationship, you think about romance.
We think about Vincent and Kat.
Which is great. No, I mean, which is great. And I know that maybe they don't want to have two couples that are so mushy.
I agree.
But at the same time, I do want to see a little bit more affection from
between the two.
Yeah, and I want to see JT wear her down. I think that would be a great storyline.
I think so too. I think now that they've gotten the I love yous out, all of that ice is broken. So it's like, hey, now we could actually get into the mushy stuff. So I'm curious to see if maybe they'll turn it up a notch. I think so. I hope so. Beasties, what do you think? Let us know.
Well, one of the BCs had made comments, and it's probably my favorite line of the whole show was at the very end. You know, when Catherine, she's like, would you stop your heart for me?
Oh, like silly girl. But yes.
Yeah, and how
cute.
he's like, it stops every time I see you. I'm like, why would somebody say that to me?
Alikona, you really want to hear that?
I mean, it was sweet.
It was sweet.
If somebody
a
sexy
little cheesy.
Hold on.
Just a little cheesy.
Hold on, I'm sorry. If a sexy hot man with killer abs came up to you and said his heart stopped every time he saw you, you tell me you'd be like, okay.
That's cute. I thought it was a little cheesy that Kat was like, would you stop your heartbeat for me? I'm like, really?
No, I want my man to stop his heart for me. Live your life. It sucks mine was short, but live your life. Don't die.
But they do have those little cute moments where they say little sweet nothings to each other. I think that their relationship is really, really sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how about that concert? I would love to actually see them at a concert.
Doing normal stuff, right?
I feel like they're so tightly wound. It would be so awkward. You know, like I feel like Kat would just or it would be just something weird and awkward and uncoordinated.
I think it'd be cute if they had a little double date session, like, you know, go to a concert, go on a vacation, just something real cute with the both couples.
Right.
So we could see like the dynamics of the relationship and just kind of how they interact in a more, I guess, intimate setting.
Right.
Know? Yeah.
A calmer environment.
Yeah.
Because that has been a big deal and because it was such an issue even last episode when they were talking about, well, all we have in common is this, that, and the third. So I feel like, oddly, for a normal couple, all the things that Vincent and Catherine do would test a relationship. But now that their relationship has been solely built on that, I feel like normalcy would be the real test.
I agree.
Them.
I totally agree because I think they struggle with it now because Kat is always looking for something else. I mean, again, I mentioned earlier, I think her, you know, obsession with this is rightly justified because all of the things that she kind of says they do happen to pan out, but I still feel like she thrives off of this. Like the relationship is like exciting to her because they have this going on, and I'm curious to see what would happen if it was just plain out normal. Maybe we'll find out with all this wedding stuff coming out.
Right. Yes. Right. Well, writers, I mean, I would love to see a legit honeymoon. Ooh. Let Tess and let JT handle it and go have fun.
I agree.
Don't think you're going to lose any viewers because we will watch.
Oh, we will. Especially if they have some, you know, hot, spicy bedroom scenes. Just saying.
You're trying to figure out how to say that properly. Okay, at Ruth Cassidy. Hey, girl. Okay, she says, what concert do you think Vincent and Catherine bought tickets to? That is a good question. I don't know because I feel like even though Catherine is young, somewhere inside of her, she's a granny at heart.
Old spirit,
yeah, and I don't mean that as any offense to any grannies, but I just mean she's so druple her age sometimes. And so, I don't know.
I have no clue. Because they haven't even really mentioned, like, you know, common interests when it comes to that type of stuff, like music or, you know, food, nothing. So,
you know, and here's the thing. It is CW. We do have a broad range of shows, but a lot of them do cater to the audience that loves romance. Mm-hmm. So we wouldn't be mad at it. Like, for those of you, if you were a Gossip Girl fan, you can have a moment to have a going out situation, and I'd be okay with that.
Fine with that. Yeah.
I mean, minus all the drama, but I think because all of us are on the inside true hopeless romantics, and I think that's what drives this audience for this particular show, we wouldn't lose any momentum if we had a show with just happiness. It doesn't always have to be conflict.
True.
Save it. We've had 3 seasons of that.
I'm curious to know what concert our beasties would like them to go to.
Yes, Ruth Cassidy. Who do you want them to go see?
Yes. Let us know.
I'd be like, NSYNC reunion. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Anything normal that might happen with Catherine and Vincent always gets cut short, says Billie Jean. Not in my episode. Not if I write it. Okay, so God, I am so not good with current trends sometimes. You want to read this? Who is this band? She's real good with music.
My vote is still for Bastille.
I'm not familiar with them.
I've heard of them, but I'm not like a, you know, strong super fan or anything.
All right.
And someone just kind of left something else.
Okay, let's read it. Let's read. What are you guys saying, co-hosts? Co-host. We have another new co-host. Welcome, Burning Firebird. It's not over. JT will develop more power.
Dun, dun, dun.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Yeah, I'm a little concerned because I'm now thinking that something might be bad, going wrong. I don't want that for JT.
Let me ask you, maybe you notice this observation. Beasties at home, maybe you notice this observation. At the beginning of the episode, they made mention that his vision got really good. He didn't have to wear his glasses anymore. When he was in bed with the little beanie on at the end of the episode, real cold.
His glasses were on.
Were they? Okay, that's what I wanted to
think so.
ask. If they were back on again.
Because he had on the little beanie and then something on his eyes. Maybe they were like goggles. No, they were glasses, I think.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Feel free,
Beasties.
tweet at us. Foo Fighters. Some people are saying Foo Fighters, Linkin Park.
Linkin Park would be fun. Yeah.
I feel like that's up their alley.
Yeah.
I don't see them going to Jay-Z.
No,
Nah.
that would be me.
All right, BCs. Well, thank you for joining us in the conversation. Prepare your predictions because we will be going into that soon. But right now, let's do some news and gossip.
Yes.
And as we wait for news and gossip, I will shamelessly plug away because you BCs have helped me out so much, and I'd appreciate if you would continue to help. For those of you who have not subscribed to my channel, hop onto YouTube and look for Boys and Beauty with Alikona, where I talk all things boys and all things beauty. This week I covered Will Smith.
Ooh.
Because not only is he hot and sexy, but he actually had an invader in his home. She just got sentenced.
Wow.
Broke in, was in the kitchen, wouldn't leave the kitchen. She was 26.
That happened to Chris Brown too.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I talk all about that as well as some other good things that he's involved in. And then I teach people how to DIY beauty tips. So this week I did a spray hydrating mist because, black don't crack. So I gave my ladies a tip on how to make a spray that'll help keep your makeup from cracking. So again, Boys and Beauty with Alikona on YouTube. You can also find me on Instagram. I do fun boy memes. In the meantime, do we have our pictures up? Stop.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
Woohoo! Pictures up. Okay, so this is some of our fan art, part of the posters that you can do, or not do, but you can print out, you can look for. This is to get everybody a part of the library campaign. Let me pull up my notes that at CarrieBear09 so fantastically gave me, and I do believe they're on last week's notes. Where are they? All right. I will let you chit chat for a moment while I figure out. Okay, new campaign. Here it is. Okay,
We got it. Okay.
So take these posters, hang them in your library. The campaign is basically BC's going to the library and requesting BATB on DVD season 1 and season 2, or you can donate if you have it. So that way everybody else has the opportunity to join in and be a part of the BST community. So the hashtag for that is hashtag #checkoutBATB. So go online, find these posters. Oh, here's another lovely poster that Carrie Bear had so kindly provided me with. The other people you can contact, I see Ruth Cassidy up there. I see Lynn's Teach and
P.S. Cordson.
yes,
13.
Pam, I see you up there too. So those are your head honchos that you want to reach out to for this particular campaign if you have any questions.
Super cool campaign, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
Next, please. Okay. Fun beastie art. So if you have not caught on, we love sharing your art with the community. If you are listening on iTunes, be sure to check us out on YouTube so you can see all these fantastic artworks that you guys have been providing. And this is at CarrieBear09. I do believe you were the one who gave me this one. No, yes. Sorry. The TV is so far away from me. Yes, and she provided me with this one as well too. Now I love this. I love little collages. The collage makes a silhouette of Vincent and Kat kissing, and of course inside the collage are faces of all the beasties. Now behind you will see some writing. It's actually a quote that was provided by Austin Basis himself, and it says, "The beasties are truly a family. Above and beyond the constraints of social media, their love for BATB and each other is boundless."
This is nice. I really like this one. This is my favorite so far for the night. Shout out, it's Carrie Bear who did this one,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Shout out to you for that one.
Let's move it on. Okay, so this one, the little squigglies on the bottom, your @ sign are very cursive. But I'm almost positive this is from our French beastie who so kindly provided me with her name on YouTube via sound so I don't screw it up. Here it goes.
This is the one from last week?
Yeah, at Chimère art, because it's French, it's sophisticated. All right, let's move on. Okay, here's some more posters that are lovely as well, with names that are disappearing because they're so small.
Yeah, it's pretty tiny.
Let's move on to our next one. Oh, I like this one too. I do believe at Kelpack sent me this one. Yes, I can see from far away, so this is lovely. I wouldn't mind being embraced by Jay Ryan. Like Kat is in that picture.
hot.
It's pretty steamy, guys. Check that out. Okay, so that's our artwork for this week. If you did not see any of your artwork, that's because you haven't DM'd me. So follow me. I'll follow you back. We can DM each other, and I can get your artwork and display it for the world to see. Okay, let's get into predictions.
Okay.
Fancy music, cool lights.
Your AfterBuzz TV.
I got excited.
Did you?
I did.
Let's see who else. Okay, so really quick, KRSWSERSR44. K-Sewers. Oh, anyways, either way, I just want to say that she thinks it's a fabulous idea that BCs are trying to get Beauty and the Beast into the libraries.
I think so too.
All right, go ahead. Get your prediction on.
Okay, so this is my prediction. I think, even though he got shot, that partner Wesley is going to start probing, might not be next episode, but eventually, start probing about the beast and experiments, and possibly expose or test Kat, Vincent, get everyone in trouble. So that's what I think.
His ignorance is just going to get annoyingly in the way.
He just seems like he's very,
Nosy.
very persistent and nosy. Yeah.
I mean, it's in his blood.
I think he's gonna be around for a little bit and stir some trouble. At least that's what I think.
Right. Yeah. Here's what I think. Okay, I feel like with the Bob and Carol thing, Bob was face down. Was he not by the time? No, he was still face up.
He was face up. Yeah.
And yes, Vincent was choking him, but I feel like he choked him real good into a nice faint. And I think he's not dead.
So you think he may have stopped his heart rate?
I think that he lost a lot of oxygen and passed out. And I get that Vincent has the superpowers to be able to hear the heartbeat, but that's, I think, with the effort to try or to be aware. And at that point, his attention was so focused on JT that could have been just outer noise that he didn't hear, because that was too easy.
It was so easy. We had to ask each other, did he die?
Yeah. And at the same time, that sucks because homegirl stopped her heart.
Maybe she's faking it too.
I think she keeled over. But I think that Bob is going to find out, and when he finds out what happens, he's going to be even more outraged. And now it's not going to be about finding the cure. It's about killing Vince and Kat because I'm going to revenge my lover.
Ooh, that's a great prediction.
Thank you.
That's a really great prediction. Yeah. I kind of want that to happen. So we'll see.
Yes. My last prediction is just a wishful prediction that I keep bringing up throughout the entire episode is I want there to be a breakthrough with Tess. I want to have a breakdown. I want her to get really emotional and bawl her brains out and soften up a little bit and have JT be the cause of that, and then she's foo-foo and cuddly.
And put her in some dresses too. Yeah,
pull her hair back, give her some makeup. I get it, she's a detective, but when she's off, can she be off? Can she be cute for her man? Let her be in some lingerie. Girl has a body.
She does. She's super cute.
She really does. Let's see it. I sound like such a pervert. Okay, I'm going to check my phone one last time to see if our Beastie co-hosts have given us any predictions. Do you think Catherine's comment could hear the crack? Who's doing crack? What's going on? Do you think Catherine's comment in the coffee shop was bad or foreshadowing? What?
With Wesley? No. I'm assuming that's what they're talking about. I don't know.
All right. Well, BC, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to turn it to the front and say we appreciate you co-hosting with us. And if you didn't get a chance to this time, make sure you tune in next time live, and we would really appreciate it. Until next week, mwah, mwah, thank you for joining us again. I'm Alikona Bradford at Boys and Beauty 01. Find me on YouTube, subscribe, watch, blah, blah, and blah. Go ahead.
And I'm Janeisha, and you can find me again at Janeisha_MissVI, Twitter and Instagram.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.